All right. Well, there we go. Here I am again with another video. I did not abandon the channel. I know it seems pretty routine for me to say that now in my videos, but I didn't. Anyways, this is kind of like a little flea market finds of the collective past 2 months, maybe. Minus that 1949 RCA 12-inch black and white television set that I got. That I'm currently building a dim bulb tester for. That's why it's so messy around here. But I thought that I would make a video, first off because I haven't in a long time, and second off because, well, let's focus on some of the stuff that I've found lately. So one of my local places was going out of business, and they were having a sale where everything was $2 each. And something I picked up here was this. Just move this stuff out of the way. It is, let's see if that helps. There we go. DC amperes and volts. You can see that says Westinghouse up there. That's kind of neat. Like an ultimate, total, old school homebrew with a weird clip lead thing. Milliamp and voltmeter thing. So it's got to be rewired, obviously. Needs more of these types of clips. But that'll be nice. Okay, let's start over. I have a voltmeter on my multimeter, but I don't know if I have a amp meter on there. I probably do somewhere, but it's nice to have one of these types. These are the ones that I kind of see a lot in YouTube videos. And I've opened it up and it's all there. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just homebrew from probably 70 years ago, a long time ago. Let's get this out here. I don't think I've showcased this yet, but I've had it for a while. That's pretty big. This I got for $2. It is a Crt Rejuvenator and Tester. That's pretty rad. From probably the 50s, I guess, probably mid-50s, 55, 54, somewhere around there. And there's all the instructions and stuff. Rejuvatube, model RE1. The case is a little rough in some areas, but I don't really mind. I mean, as long as it works, which I don't know if it does. I've had this for like a month, but I haven't tested it. Comes with all sorts of different little weird attachments and stuff. I don't know how standardized these are, and this comes off. 90-degree color CRT adapter. But if it's this old, then I'm guessing it was pretty standardized, at least between these. But yeah, that's kind of neat. Check out this old plug. Don't make them like that. I love that. I love these old wide plugs. Modern ones are so narrow. And there's a cutout here for this thing to slide in, so this must not be original. Oh, hello. What's this? Cube socket selector, green, blue, red. Model CS2. Okay, so this is the same brand as this, so maybe, I don't know. I won't take a guess. Now let's see if I can figure out which way to put this back in. I'll just deal with this later. I'll look at the footage and see how it went back in. But yeah, that'll be kind of handy for the repairs around here and whatnot. And I can't believe I got it for $2. I mean, what a steal. I don't know if it works, but I mean, there's probably not a whole lot to go wrong in there other than a couple capacitors and a vacuum tube. I guess I'll get some of this stuff out of the way. This is a battery saver Panasonic RF1405. This is one of Panasonic's last really good eras. This late 70s, early 80s. I believe this one is made in Singapore, but I mean, this is still a very high quality Panasonic radio, very featureful, very accurate, very responsive, and very good sounding. Has squelch tone, volume, and then band selector with public service band, high, air band, FM, and AM. It features this neat little push button mechanism. LED on, and then an off button for that. Battery saver on, off, power on, off. This feels very solid, very smooth, very fluent, and very high quality feeling, almost kind of weighted. Same goes for volume, tone, squelch. We've got a pretty long aerial antenna up here. Handle's a little loose, but I don't really mind. Around here, we've got a knockout slot for some inputs, outputs. I'm guessing that this back shell was used on a lot of different stuff, including cassette players and maybe even 8-track players and all sorts of wild stuff. Same goes for right here too. There's an area there that could have some other inputs, maybe microphone input or something, but so far we've only got the 8 ohm impedance earphone or speaker thing. Opening up this, we have fresh foam, bright colors, and no battery acid. I was very pleased by that. In fact, I only found that out after I had I only looked in there after I had gotten it. Kind of that early digital era. We have got AC in here, and there's no DC inputs, which is fine with me because I don't even use those. But here I'll demonstrate by plugging it in. Sure, volume's somewhat low. And here we go. LED on. I really like this era of Panasonic, this early digital stuff.
Service facilities available in Northwest Wisconsin, so that's
the controls need to be cleaned.
Clean to the vehicle.
YouTube friend, and actually in real life friend, Squirtico5 has a boombox. I believe it's the RX-C100. Very, very high-end, very high-quality boombox made in Japan, Panasonic, 1982. Wow, that really rolled off the tongue, didn't it? And it has one of these things on it, and I really like these. They kind of remind me of the dashboard of like a mid-80s Ford truck, how they have all the indicators up top on the dashboard. It's like a strip of indicators. I like that. That's kind of neat. And why don't we open this up in this video and see if we can clean out the controls and find out what year this is. I've heard anything from 1977 to 1983. So, I mean, that's a good estimate. I'm guessing that's when this is from, but it's a pretty wide little kind of era. And I want to see kind of more exact where this lies on there. So here we are on the inside. Something to note right off the bat is the speaker has kind of almost a green paper on it, and that is a signifier of the exact era of when this is from, which is like 1970s to early 80s. That was when Matsushita was using the green kind of tinted speakers. I always thought that was kind of neat, a little weird, which I find I find weird things neat. There we go. But another thing to note is that I can't find a date code, so I guess I'll just have to kind of go along with what the internet was saying and just kind of take that range for what it is and use that. The volume controls and such are behind this. Now, I was going to take this off until I noticed that the dial cord here seems to go onto plastic nubs that are not attached to the circuit board, but to the plastic case. Now, I don't really want to mess with dial cords right now, so I'm just going to leave this all be. I'm going to see what I can do about getting some contact cleaner in there, but if it can't happen, then it can't happen, and that's fine. So, yeah. For those of you who will notice, yes, I did reattach the white antenna cable. So, doing some looking around, it looks like I can indeed spray some contact cleaner in there. The unfortunate part is that you've lost that weighted feeling, to put it like that. The knobs are no longer very weighted, but that's okay. I mean, if it really bothered me, I could probably put some whatever grease they used in there back in there. But I think I'll take functionality over weighted knobs. So yeah, that'll be that. All right, let's try this out again.
And a lot of people, especially who've never played, comment, and they're not understanding that each person
last year, your chance to see
I'd say that works a lot better now. I think we're going to do a video on cleaning this up and making it look really good, because as you can see, it's got a lot of potential to be very clean and very new, very like new. There we go. So yeah, I think that'll be its own video, and that should be a pretty fun project. Next up is another kind of really neat thing. These two go together. This is an AC adapter for this, and this is an electronic calculator made by Sharp in about 1973. And the neat thing about this is that it is really minty. If I can get the zipper to unzip. Hold on. Oh wait, no, it wasn't zipped. Sharp electronic calculator. This was $5, believe it or not. Let's see if I can figure out how to open this. I had it before. Here we go. That's the on and off switch, is this. Built in 1973. The AC adapter gets its own leather carrying case with a handle. How classy is that? Wow. Sharp AC adapter. The brick on this is weird. It's like almost halfway through the top to bottom. Usually they're like up here. Has its own model and serial number. Believe it or not. That's pretty crazy. I'm going to unplug the lights here, or at least one of them, so I can fit that in there. I can demonstrate this to you. I've already powered this up. I know what it does. It is dim, but it's there, and unfortunately, the buttons don't do a whole lot. It makes it do some things, but the buttons don't do a whole lot, unfortunately. And one thing that this has, which is kind of different, is that, let me get a flathead screwdriver. It's got these little divots here. When you pop something like this into the divot, you can take this out. What this is with its own serial number and model number, its own original rechargeable battery, which has only started to leak blue. Let Let me demonstrate what happens when you use this without the battery. It's different. And for better or for worse, different. Now it's just having a seizure. I don't know what's wrong with this. I'd like to get it working, but $5 isn't bad. Obviously, even if it's broken, it's just a kind of a neat piece of computing history, one could say, I guess. So early into, like pocket-sized electronic calculators. I mean, this thing is 50 years old. A 50-year-old computing device. That's what's wild to think about for me. Draws 7 watts. I think some people on Discord were wondering how much wattage it drew, and it's 7 watts. Which is a lot for a calculator. That's like a lot. To put that into perspective, this 1981, I believe, Casio FX7 takes up 0.00073 watts. And this is only 8 years newer and can do way more than the other one. Some of my other little finds were, this is from the same place as this. The Sears VHF radio, leather case, VHF high, Sears from the 70s, probably about 1975 or so. Serial number starts at 75. Forgot, I guess I didn't leave batteries in it or anything. Probably for the best, but it does work, and it picks up NOAA, which is nice, pretty reliably too, and pretty strong, which is surprising, because our NOAA station is very